Well, let's pick, just so everybody understands, let's create it like a Starship Troopers graphic package where would you like to know more? Okay, we're going with Gwen getting kicked out of 3 places. Let's go there. So let's all go there together, eyes wide open. Gwen.
Starship Troopers?
Starship Troopers.
I don't remember that part.
All right, put a pin in it.
I'm gonna have to look that up later.
Okay, because Gwen, three places in how many days?
It was like 2.
Okay.
And I don't know. One of them, bottomless mimosas aren't bottomless. First of all.
Shots fired.
That's true.
She's saying what we're all thinking.
And
okay.
the other place that we got kicked out of was because of the bottomless mimosas.
You found out you drink too many mimosas. Or like, okay, bottomless is a subjective term.
They came out and said this has to eventually end.
They said, "Wow, that's amazing." That's like you're in World War II and Nazis come out and they go like, "Look, we get it. You love freedom."
Was the glass
like if you're, I don't know. That was a terrible example.
You couldn't find the bottom. I feel like the glass was really low.
Gwen, okay, well, just take us through. So, as a person who got kicked out of 3 places in 2 days, take us first one, second one, third one.
Number 1.
Right. Okay.
And
How did that kick you out? Number one, me tearing up money at the Holiday Inn.
But I don't understand why.
How did you get kicked out?
Exactly.
When I did that, I knew.
No, we know you. Why her?
Because she was with me. I brought
She was
her
his boss.
Well, we don't know that. We're fascinated by that. Jeff had a date.
No.
We don't know that.
There was her and her 2 friends. It was like a whole group.
Jeff had a platonic date.
Wait, so you guys...
I brought a woman from Iowa with her friends up to the bar.
They already knew that you were going to be there?
I met them
They talked at the bar like they didn't know you.
I met Gwen that day at the drawing.
I bet you didn't know this was going to happen. You're going to be talking about it in front of all these people.
I eavesdropped. It sounded like they didn't know who you were and they were making fun of your suit.
Abed, does anybody truly know who I am?
Yeah, well, I'd like to know you. I mean...
Okay.
Do you think if they knew who he was, he'd get better treatment? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't know.
I don't think they cares.
All right. It's not the Price is Right.
aside.
Gwen, second place you got kicked out of.
The place with the mimosas. I don't know what the fuck that was.
You drank them out of champagne and orange juice. All right.
Okay. And then the other place, we walked down the street like 2 bars down, and then Logan fell asleep on the bar, and we had to go.
Fell asleep on the bar.
Yeah.
Logan, you son of a...
For like 45 minutes.
What bar?
Was that the guy? Was the guy that was with
Not
you
a very
guys?
good bar.
That was the guy that was with you guys, right?
No, Logan's the girl, but...
Oh, Logan's the girl. You. Okay. Logan. You didn't know that. I thought that was a man's name.
Well, it's,
Wolverine. I mean, I'm sorry.
No.
No, I mean, my Wolverine brain went to, like, man.
I pictured a dude at first, too.
Yeah,
Logan.
yeah. We're on the
Logan's
same page.
around.
All right, so you were asked to leave or like gently left places that you probably shouldn't have stayed in?
It was go, both times. And it was someone who really didn't... Both times it was someone I felt bad for them having
Now,
to...
Gwen, okay, now I'm remembering. Gwen has an awesome story. Can we talk about your origin story of you in Iowa? She's famous in a very small part of Iowa for being like, if you've seen the movie Footloose, she's like all the Kevin Bacons in the world.
Wait, the remake or the old classic?
Can we talk about this, or is this bad? Are we adding
Yeah, it's
flame
fine.
to the
No,
fire?
it's totally okay.
The classic.
I don't think anyone in
Footloose.
Iowa knows that this exists. It's okay.
Do you want to tell it?
You can start. I don't know where to start.
Well, I met her. She grew up. Correct me if I'm wrong. You grew up in a very not evangelical, but
it's like fundamentalist Christian.
Fundamentalist Christian town where you had to wear a head covering. Dancing was prescribed, like illegal, right?
Yeah.
And
You had to wear a head
Well, you can still
covering.
do square dancing. That's fine. Because you're not touching.
but at her school, which her mother was the vice president or principal of the college.
Yeah.
And a very fundamentalist Christian school. Where there's lots of rules. You're not allowed to be in a car alone with a boy. That's grounds for expulsion. There's
Yeah,
all
that's
kind
like my dad always said that.
All right, so
He was like, no girl, you and just a girl. You know, like none of that.
Well, your dad was just protecting the community. It's just
Ouch! I'm not a
due diligence.
all right. You win. You win.
So
You win
Gwen,
this round.
how old were you? What was the first transgression? The first time you got rumbled at school?
Oh, I blew a dude and he told on me.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
He felt as though he had sinned. I'm like,
in his defense, at that age, if you get blown, I mean, and you don't tell anybody, did it even happen? He probably didn't even mean to get you in trouble. He was just like, oh my God, that felt so good. Now, God damn it.
I'm telling everybody.
Yeah. Hey, mailman.
But he told to like expiate his own sins, but also that sent you up the river.
Yes.
Oh God, that's awful.
And then and then the second one was what?
I drove some kids to a party and I had a hit from a joint and then I got told on.
All right, so you got told on twice, kicked out of the school.
She was like Bill Clinton. You know, took a hit.
Yeah,
Got
except
in trouble.
She was also her own Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah. Yeah. She had both. She's like Bill Clinton. Yeah. It's the female Bill Clinton. Wow.
So so both times you got told on by male students, right?
Yeah.
And they probably didn't suffer any consequences because that's
probably less.
male privilege,
I remember
right?
the word harlot being thrown around.
So you're the Hester Prynne of this town.
Wait, was it for the blowjob or the weed?
Both.
Okay. That makes you a harlot. You can't just do one.
She's a female, Abed.
No, I mean, I didn't even think of in that zone. All right, you're right. You're right. Fair enough. I'm gonna step aside here. So before I get
just
before
go
shit
down.
gets crazy.
You take it down 20%. She goes up 20%. That's like we're doing a symphony.
It's
Yeah.
all math. Yeah, you're right.
All right, continue.
like-
So now there's a scandal involving your mother, who is the top brass at the.
No, not really. Just me. It just.
But it didn't affect her like standing in the community, or.
No. No.
But you still live in the community.
Yeah.
And now when people find you, if people run into you, they either think, "Oh, I didn't know that you're like Paul Bunyan, like you're an actual folklorical."
I think
she's
there's
Paula
rules.
Bunyan.
There's rules at the school now because of me. But there's also I work at a bar and people will come in and it will be one of two, not to drink because it's a coffee shop during the day. It doesn't matter. But they go to the school and they'll come in and I either get, there's another one and they think I'm my sister, or
Are you twins?
no, she's 3 years older than me. But or it's I didn't know that was real. Like that's So it's kind of
Meaning that they didn't
I'm
know it was-
folklore. I'm like
But meaning that they didn't know it was real, that you got punished, that
that
you were
I
this kind of
existed.
or that
I think.
That this is a folkloric tale to scare people off of
In
getting
the sense
blown
that-
in a car.
Sorry. In the sense that
Old wives' tale. It's like really
they
creepy.
didn't know it was real, that your crimes existed, or that it was wrong to do the things that you did. You know what
Or that she
what
was
I'm
an
asking?
actual person, or this actually exists.
Okay, but that doesn't clarify. Is the community still steeped in such medieval hypocrisy?
Yes. This was like 5 years ago. This
Okay.
is like recent. Like,
So I wasn't clear. They
yeah.
meet you and they go, "Oh, I didn't know you really existed. I didn't know that really happened. I didn't know." I wanted to be clear that they weren't saying,
clear it
"Oh,
up?
I didn't know it was
Clarification,
real that we
please.
actually stoned a person."
Johnny clarification over here.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a bottle. I'm really good, right?
I kind of want to talk like how sensitive I was to like the idea of like I feel like I've heard versions of that, just like that little Bazooka Joe comic, like that little, it's not even a story, it's just like a little sliver of like it's adolescent like encounters with misogyny. That phrase, it was like, I blew a dude and he told on me, like that in one form or another. That happens constantly. That's like the first encounter, and it's like the thing that always fascinates me is like, I don't know, women don't have like a like it's like it's like if you're like selfless enough to like you're like with a guy and you're like I really want this person to, you're like how does that?
Well, it's either you want his dick or you don't.
Abed, stop it.
I'm sorry.
I'm hurting myself enough. I can't have it.
Yeah.
Gwen,
I gotta
this guy was
watch
kind of a
myself.
this
No,
guy
just
was
that
kind
I'm
of a turkey
circling. I'm
too,
so
right? He
fascinated
was-
with that. Where it's like,
he sucked.
Yeah.
it's not like it's like women have a ton of like young girl from their adolescence in small towns where they do get Hester Prynne. Like there's not a ton of stories where girls go, I was so horny that I jumped on a dude and made myself come on his dick, and then they told on me. It's like they go, I blew a dude. Like and I'm not saying women don't get pleasure out of giving. Like everybody's having fun when everyone's having fun. But isn't that? I mean,
I was excommunicated from Tustin for eating too much pussy.
that doesn't happen. It's like I ate a girl's pussy and she told me. First of all, she never tells.
She fucking betrayed me.
It's kind of like sucking a dick is like a power trip, right? It's kind of like it's like a domination thing.
I think you're
It's called a blowjob because it's a job. You have to like really try to suck that dick, make it feel good. You know, a lot of girls don't like that dick.
I think you're swirling around my point, but
I am,
but also in like surrounding my point
just
is
telling
like
you why it's called a blowjob.
Let me talk like a 6-year-old for a second and just bound through this minefield. I'm not going to try to be politically correct or win any points. When I hear that stuff, I just go, but a woman sucking your dick is the biggest favor she could ever do you in your life, and the idea that also makes you a slut instead of a saint is insane. Like I just
but also that a young guy.
Like it's not like she's indulging her impulses. It's like she's indulging a natural like oh, that's such a highly evolved person that at that age she wanted to give something to someone.
But in a community that repressed, that the guy can go, oh, I feel really guilty about this. I'm going to turn us both in, and she's the one that gets in trouble, not me.
I think
that's fucked.
Honestly, as a dude and having been that age, like I said as a joke, but it's like still, it's like I think the foundation of it is if you're a dude and you find out that it's possible for a girl to like you enough to give of herself to you, you start to get obsessed and you go like, but what if no one ever knows this happened and I got hit by a bus? And when that thought hits you, unfortunately, you're in a locker room in the middle of Poughkeepsie or whatever.
Gwen, do you think there was any braggadocio, or do you think it was just guilt and him trying to
because you're religious, right? Or he was religious.
There's no difference between guilt and braggadocio, by the way. That's the same thing. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I fucking like a chick fucking thought I was hot. Like, oh, I'm just dying about it.
Well, it's a little different because like she said fundamentalist, like it's pretty hardcore religious. It's like, you know, he actually felt bad.
Yeah, growing up Muslim, we never got there.
Gwen,
I mean, when you're bragging about someone blowing you, you don't usually tell like the president of your college.
Yeah,
so.
but you said he was also kind of like a huckster, car salesman-y kind of dude.
He's very
Yeah, so he was full of shit.
That's kind of like level 2 in religion.
It's like the joke where an old guy goes in the confessional and then the priest opens the door and it's a very old man and the priest says, "How can I help you?" And he says, "I've been happily married for 50 years. Never cheated on my wife once until last night, and I had just filthy, crazy sex with an 18-year-old cheerleader, every position, all night long, just wild, crazy sex." And the priest says, "Oh my God, that's really serious. You should do 100 Hail Marys and 200 Our Fathers." And the guy says, "I'm not Catholic, I'm Jewish." And the priest says, "Well, why are you telling me?" He says, "Telling you, I'm telling everybody."
And that is actually that's what I believe is the root of that's the root of the earliest encounter with misogyny that women have is it's like little boys going like, I can't believe it's possible. I have to tell somebody, or I feel so terrible it happened.
That must be a huge-
because they can't control it.
I don't think blowjobs feel good.
Whoa!
Jesus Christ. All right.
I'm the only one.
All right.
I've not had a good blowjob. I have not.
Well,
Every time I get one, it's bad.
We're about to make podcast history.
She's not like. I mean, I see. You know.
The line forms on the right.
Am I the only one? Am I the only one? It's like Jesus.
Relax your jaw.
I'm like, what is with this?
Relax your
blowjob thing?
jaw. Someone said, "Relax your jaw."
Hey, Gwen.
There's this blowjob obsession, and I'm like, what is the big deal? I don't get it. It hurts. It actually hurts.
You've been hanging out with the wrong people, man.
I want to make sure because
Are they like biting
out of
on
your
it?
socket.
What's happening? Are they
No, like it feels like they're trying to pull it out. And I'm like, calm down. Like, do it. You know, like I guess. Yeah,
You gotta communicate.
I need more experience, don't I?
Use your words.
Get the dick out of your mouth for a second.
Sorry to throw that out there, but I've never had a good one. It's never worked for me.
It's so sad.
I'm not a fan of the bull blowjob.
You should move to Iowa.
He's right. It's just it doesn't work for me.
I'm so distracted by that, but also I want to make sure Gwen, because we kind of like maypoled around your I don't know what you call it, your trauma, your point of view. Make sure you get the last word about that stuff, because I was like, man, here's the thing about sucking dicks. Is there anything I said that you're like, wait a minute, you just said some shit that like actually perpetuates a thing?
No,
or
I'm
whatever.
sorry.
Because Gwen,
No.
you're going back home like in a day or two, right?
Like tomorrow, yeah.
And when you return home, you are semi-known for that and semi-not known for that, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Everything passes in my
Oh,
small
I'm
town.
not worried about it. I'm really, really fine.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't tell like random people in bars about me blowing dudes if I'm not fine with it. Like,
Yeah, but you like the beauty of it is that you don't give a shit, and also like you're bigger than that, and it's not. That's like. Also, when we were talking about this at the drawing room, I was saying. Like if you come to Harmontown, let's talk about this because I think that you might set a lot of people free back in small town like
yeah,
Midwest.
suck a dick once in a while.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. It's hard to tell. You should tell. Yeah, you tell women to suck more dick. You can do that, and I'll meet you on the other end and I'll go, guys, get your dick sucked and fucking mum's the word. like, take it easy. Because your friends they're not going to make you come harder.
Thank you for coming to Harmontown, everybody.
Go back to the girl that sucked your dick and tell her how good it felt. It's called love.
Thank you for coming to Harmontown. Kali Kazoo, Abed Gabe, Gwen Beatty, Mike and Phil from Animal. Who am I forgetting? Rob Schrab. Steve Levy, Spencer Crittenden, we almost never spoke to the entire show. But he sat there.
He loves it. Oh, shit.
I'm Jeff Davis. Let's give it one more time for your mayor, Dan Harmon, everybody.
I thought that Pixar movie was fine. It's great. Sir, please. It teaches kids that being... No, Dave Klein, please, don't.
Dave Klein doesn't like it.
It's a good movie.
Dave
It teaches
Klein.
kids that being sad
Klein.
is part of being happy.
The show's over, but video extra for the subscribers. Get up and Dave, do like a
No,
little...
I'm so tired. You're gonna.
Dave Klein, you guys do a little like...